Hey, this show is entirely listener supported. That's you. You're a listener. If you want to support the show and find out how to get bonus content and early episodes and monthly video hangouts with me and Jeff, you can head to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns. Is heaping off of that plate.
The plate can barely contain all the stuff that's on it.
I wish I could help. I can't. My plate is literally full.
Yeah.
Everyone, welcome to We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Canada.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens.
Speaking of full plates, you're a vegetarian.
Yes, and you always say it like that is a crime.
Yeah.
Like it always comes out of your mouth like
it's difficult.
Pedophile.
Yeah. You're a registered sex offender, right?
You have to introduce yourself to your neighbors, don't you?
Hello?
Hi, I just moved in down the street. I'm your new neighbor. I'm Anthony.
Welcome.
First of all, please have these kale chips that we made.
Oh, kale chips.
Yeah, that's the thing. See,
Oh, God.
I mean, I want you to know, I'm a wonderful neighbor. I'm really happy to be part of this community. I'm just required by law to let you know I don't eat meat.
Slam.
And yet he took the kale chips. That's real fucked up. He's one of those closet vegetarians. Those are the ones that are really, really messed up.
He's into it.
Yeah.
So when was the last time you've had hot dogs in your life, right?
Sure. And even to this day, I will occasionally, if very, very drunk, in the back of my freezer, there is a secret box of
stash
Morningstar Farms veggie corn dogs.
So you're transgressive, but not that transgressive. You're still going veggie corn dogs.
I mean, it's basically just all processed chemicals pressed to look like meat. It's the same thing as a hot dog.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You don't know what's in it.
Terrible mystery thing.
Yeah, it's just like it was soy at some point, and then they turned it into something, and we don't know how they did it or what they added.
Or why.
Yeah. A lot of vegetarian food is actually way worse.
Yeah, because it's trying so hard. It's really the effort that makes it terrible.
Any vegetarian food that is trying hard to be some sort of meat is usually the worst thing on the planet for you.
It started out as a natural plant, and then at some point, there's a lot of things had to happen for it to look like a chicken nug.
Yeah, a chicken nug. But dude, they are so good. Whatever chemical they use for flavoring, they are just doused.
Yeah, just spray on that chicken nug flavor.
God, you know I love a chicken nug.
I know you do.
But you were talking about hot dogs.
I was. This is a story that was sent to us by a number of people, including my buddy Brad Arnold, who listens to the show.
Are we sure this story is real? Sometimes we're not sure.
Yeah, well, it turns out that we've been duped once or twice.
Sometimes there's a story that just looks so sweet.
So it's just a suicide robot bear.
Come on, who's going to leave that alone?
You want it to be real.
Anyway, we apologize for that.
Yeah. But this mainstream media picked this up. You've probably heard about this already because it was kind of...
The mainstream media? Yeah.
You've heard about the mainstream media.
They're the source of all our problems.
Oh, man, the worst.
Support your local podcasters. They get things wrong.
Yes, exactly. So some people were trying to get to the bottom of the mystery inside a hot dog, and they actually
you should do that.
Well, the old saying, you never want to see how the sausage is made. This is that.
This is exactly. This is like that movie about the brilliant scientist. This is kind of like a gothic horror thing.
Yeah.
Where the brilliant scientist just has to know. Has to know. Dude, something's going on the house on the hill.
Yeah. Well, if you just let it alone, nothing bad would happen.
No, I'm telling you, I'm seeing it, and there's something unnatural about it, and I have to go up there.
No, don't. Just stay home. Stay home. We'll Netflix and chill. It'll be great.
I know that if you don't go on the grounds of that house, you're fine.
Right. Exactly. Which is why you should stay home.
No, but what's going on those grounds? Why aren't they fine?
Well, they're glowing a strange orange glow.
What is that glow coming from? I'm taking my gentleman scientist kit. I've got a pipette and I got a magnifying glass and a crucifix, because science and philosophy are kind of intertwined right now.
Especially in orange glow.
Yeah, they're like at this point in our history. I'm just gonna go up.
Worthington, can I just real quick? Can I just suggest that we just turn off our curiosity and we just stay home and we have a lovely evening? I got some hot dogs in the freezer.
You're complete. Wait a minute.
We just have a lovely.
You have some what?
Some hot dogs.
What is going on with those?
Your curiosity is gonna kill us all.
So they go and they try to search for what is in a hot dog. What do? They run some sort of analysis on it.
We are DNA testing hot dogs. DNA testing. They're using genomic technology to analyze the world's foods at a molecular level, ingredient by ingredient. This is a company called Clear Foods, and they released a report recently about the hot dog.
No.
And the data is not good. I'm going to be honest with you.
Listen, as much as we are always like, man, I really wish they would list what all of these ingredients on the side of this, I don't know, let's say a little Debbie snack cake. Let's say a Star Crunch. Star Crunches are delicious. And there's this list of all the things that are on the side of a Star Crunch, and they make no sense. And, they're leaving some things out because they're trace amounts or whatever, and they don't have to list them. And it's like, well, I want to know what's really in a Star Crunch. No, you don't. That question comes from you knowing that a Star Crunch is bad for you.
Yeah.
And you refusing to admit that until you have all the information. The Star Crunch is disgusting.
Yeah.
Don't eat the Star Crunch if you know that.
You're saying literally listen to your gut.
Yes. Don't. Don't. We know that a hot dog is bad.
Yes.
We know that.
Right. We're going to eat them anyway. Would you want to know that they found...
And to do this not even on an ingredient level, but on a DNA level.
Yeah.
Is really frightening.
It's bad.
How many different animals?
Well, I don't see that in here. The big headline...
Turns out none.
0 animals.
Huh.
Weird. No, there is one animal if you consider humans an animal.
Okay.
2% of the samples had human DNA in them. 2%.
That doesn't faze me.
So they analyzed 345 hot dogs. So 2% is what? About 6 and 7, something like that. Of the hot dogs?
Well, but it's not like, okay, stating that makes me picture 7 hot dogs that are totally made of human meat.
Yeah.
That's not what we're talking about. That, yeah.
Like, that's not a hot dog. That's a human finger.
You got us.
Oh.
We wanted to see if you would know the difference between we wouldn't serve that as a hot dog.
One dude who works there who only has 4 fingers left.
He's like, that's old Jokey Carl is what we call him. How you doing over there, Jokey Carl? He's trying to wave.
Yeah, that's not really a wave. It's more of an okay.
Yeah. But that's what's great.
Yeah.
How we doing, Jokey Carl?
He's always
Looks like
okay. Yeah. How long you been working here, Jokey Carl? Oh, 4 years?
4 years.
No? No more than that?
You look old and grizzled.
Higher than that? You can't indicate how much?
2% doesn't faze me.
Really?
Yeah. I
think any percent of human DNA is kind of bad. No?
No, I don't think so.
Well, I can up the ante for you.
Okay.
In your wheelhouse.
All right.
2/3 of the vegetarian hot dog samples had human DNA.
Doesn't faze me.
Really?
Yeah.
66%?
Look, here's the deal, man.
Really?
Have you ever worked in a restaurant?
You're just saying human gets everywhere?
Human is everywhere.
There's just constant human falling in every pot and pan?
Listen, man. The amount of chefs out there with leprosy is huge.
Should we not work on that? We should work on that.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying it's normal. No, here's the deal. Human DNA is on everything. We are touching things. I am leaving human DNA right now. I am leaving skin particles. I'm leaving oils.
Yeah.
I'm leaving all sorts of stuff. We are talking about a giant factory full of, let's look
full of touchy-feely people who just want to rub themselves on all the product.
It's made with love.
It's made with too much love.
No, it's only 2% love. I would like to know that it was made with more love.
Well, vegetarian ones are 66% love.
No. 66% of vegetarian hot dogs include human DNA, which is less.
33% are unloved in every way.
Unloved. Dude, if you've ever had a vegetarian hot dog, they don't deserve to be loved.
Why do I always get the unloved ones? They taste so unloved.
Vegetarian bacon tastes straight up hated. Straight up abused.
Oh, yeah, you can taste the hate.
It's just monstrous the way that bacon grew up. No, this is, so you imagine the entire process, right? From factory farm all the way down to processing plant, all the way down to delivery, all the way down to packaging. Of course there's human DNA in this food. Did they test any other food?
No.
Do we know what the base level of DNA is in any food? Because I would guess that the hot dogs probably don't have as much, because most hot dogs are a heavily processed and machined food. So I would bet that fewer humans are touching them along the line.
You think that there's more human DNA in your average Granny Smith apple?
Go grab something hand-baked and organic from the farmer's market, asshole, and we'll see how much DNA is in that.
I would actually be very curious to find out. This article doesn't cover that, but
there's 2% DNA in this straw, and I'm still drinking.
Well, that's because you're constantly backwashing. Constantly. I don't understand why you keep doing that.
Because I like it at a very specific temperature.
Mouth temperature?
Mouth temperature. I like... You know that feeling when somebody puts a straw in a warm drink for you and you don't realize that it's a warm drink and you drink it and it's like, it just feels like nothing. It feels like all of a sudden there's too much saliva in your mouth.
It's terrible.
You know that terrible feeling and it almost makes you want to gag,
like
but you don't know why.
When you leave your drink in your car on a hot day.
Yeah. And it's like, it's not warm. It's not cold. It's just the temperature of your mouth.
That's your favorite?
That's the best, isn't it, everybody? Isn't that the best thing?
Oh, mouth temp.
I don't like to know where my bodily fluids end and my food begins. 2% DNA. Let's go for 50.
I got worse news for you. The other big headline that came out of this study is that of all the vegetarian products that they tested, 10% of all vegetarian products appeared to contain meat.
So, whenever you see something, you go to a bakery and they tell you this thing does not contain nuts, but it was baked in a factory that also contains nuts. Because particles of things are fucking everywhere.
Right.
And if I really, as a vegetarian, thought about how much meat I'm probably actually eating in my life, I would go insane. I would go absolutely insane. I go out to a lot of restaurants, like Thai restaurants. You know how I love Thai restaurants.
You don't usually go out to them, though. They come to you.
I usually have them come to me because, God damn it, my forefathers didn't fight for the growth of technology and infrastructure for me to go get food.
By the way, delivery is a great way to get human DNA in your food.
Oh, sure.
That's like the best way.
Hey, it's not as good as maybe going to a restaurant and not being nice to your server. That's the quickest way. Or putting in a really picky order. That's a great way to get human DNA.
Or the way Anthony delivers his Thai food is like, Mr. Carboni, I'm here with your order, and just like you wanted every time we have it's all mouth temp.
Thank you.
It took a lot of extra effort, and I'm hoping you tip us well because just in the car over here, I had to put so much of this in my mouth. It's been.
You're welcome.
Well, it tasted great.
Yeah,
but I'll be honest with you.
You look thin.
Thank you. Well, I didn't swallow any of it, as you can tell.
Exactly.
But
you're getting all the benefits. I'm the one that's taking in all of the terrible ingredients.
Yeah, it's
I'm
true.
the one that's getting fat. I've gained 10 pounds over the last week. Ever since you guys specifically started giving me mouth temp food, I just order every meal from y'all.
I know, and you are keeping us in business, and we appreciate that as well.
Well, I love you guys over at the Baby Bird Cafe, and you know that I do. So I go out to a restaurant, and I order the vegetarian version of whatever there is, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of the time, that's not going to be entirely vegetarian.
Right.
It's going to be cooked in the same area or using the same cookware as the meat version of the dish. So they're not like fully, completely 100% washing that as we go.
Right.
Not only that, but a lot of Thai places, especially, like they use fish sauce in everything, and they can't. They will tell you
the sauce.
They'll tell you that they're making it without fish sauce, but sometimes they're not. And like, dude, if you're a vegetarian and you're going out to eat, you're just taking that into your own hands. And I've just got to be okay with that.
I feel like you're able to compartmentalize this remarkably well. All of this stuff, you're just sort of rationalizing all of it. It's like, it's just gonna happen. It's just gonna happen.
Here's my thing, man. You know, number one, that I don't like food.
Right.
Of course food is disgusting. I already believe that. Anything that is anything that we do that reminds me of just how, like, we're just animals. We're just disgusting animals in the disgusting animal world with the rest of the disgusting animals. And if you try not to separate that, I would say that people who aren't cool with this are compartmentalizing because they like to believe that human beings, we sit above and clean and we are not animals and we have the ability to perfectly sterilize and keep everything perfectly clean.
Interesting.
We can't.
So
we
those
can't.
people
We live in a dirty, messy world, man.
So the people that expect their food not to be full of human DNA.
Look, man, you're gonna find a finger in your food every once in a while.
Yeah.
That's from Carl.
Yeah.
And he didn't mean anything
he didn't want
by
to,
it.
And really, it's only going to happen 4 more times.
How you doing over there, Carl? Uh-oh. It's turned into...
He's actually flipping us the bird now.
Yeah, I guess that's... he had a really bad day. And not just in terms of mood. I think he's just got that middle one left.
Yeah, that's bad.
No, I mean, how do you feel about this?
I can't say that I'm happy. I do feel like...
Are you perturbed? Are you worried? Are you upset?
Here's the ultimate question.
Yeah.
Am I going to continue eating hot dogs? And the answer is yes. Right?
We all know. We knew that. That's the thing is like I'm saying, we all know they're disgusting. You don't want the specific information. You don't want it.
You don't want it.
You don't need it.
And it's almost like, well, it hasn't hurt me up to this point.
Yep.
You know, I don't have a hunger for human flesh just because I eat hot dogs. I have a hunger for hot dogs.
I have a hunger for human flesh, but it's not the hot dogs.
Right. It's a completely different...
It's a nature and nurture thing.
Right.
There's a lot going on that has created my unceasing hunger for human flesh. And I think it started from when I was investigating that orange glow.
Right. You really shouldn't have done that if you just like let your curiosity...
But I had to know, Jeff.
Yeah.
I had to know.
Yeah, I know.
And now I can never leave the grounds.
And now you can smell human blood 50 miles away.
I feel compelled to go back to the house where I am unnatural now, and I know it in my heart of hearts. Yeah, sure.
The weird thing is you only eat human blood when it's mouth temperature, which is so inconvenient.
It's, mouth temperature and body temperature are super close.
I guess that's true.
It makes it real easy.
So easy.
Storing the blood and eating it later.
Really, it isn't even the fact that you like blood. It's just the most mouth temperature food you can find.
It's really the most perfect food for me.
If you could just eat mouths.
Well, how much? I have a feeling there are a few mouths in the hot dog.
That's probably true. It's all lips and assholes.
But no, I mean you're probably not super scared by this.
I'm not.
Or
I do
surprised.
feel like this is a sensationalized headline that, and like you said, it doesn't break down the data any further than there's human DNA in there. It's like, well, what does that compare that to a normal thing? What does that mean? What kind of human DNA are we talking about? Are we talking about something that you would expect to have happen, like just from handling food? Or are we talking about, there's like hair?
Compare it to other foods.
Right.
That's the big thing is compare it to other foods and let's find out what the base level is. Run some USDA data in there,
right,
or some Food and Drug Administration data in there and let me know if that's within acceptable levels. What we have here is basically a press release from Clear Foods or whatever that's showing off their technology.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of true.
And then spinning it into a, look at what we found. We could find all kinds of things in foods. Clear Foods, we've got a machine. And I think that's their slogan.
We have a machine.
We have a machine.
Yeah, which you'd think they would have worked on that a little harder.
It really doesn't tell me what they do.
No.
Thank God they wrote this hot dog story. Clear Foods, we have a machine. Oh, great, I need a machine.
Oh, a machine. We don't sell that machine.
Can you copy these?
Yeah, no. We don't sell the machine, nor do we copy it. It's not a copy machine.
Can you wash these dishes?
It's not a washing machine.
You're really, what you've got on your hands is what we in branding call a Smurf problem.
Our machine will machine you. Oh, machine. I think it really is more about the idea of processed foods. Mm-hmm. Because what we're talking about here, if you buy like a breast of chicken at the market, I'm guessing there's going to be a lot less handling in general of that than there was at a processed plant where they're squirting meat juice into things,
Yeah.
It's more about eating processed foods or like cooking for yourself and getting ingredients and putting them together. There's probably going to be some human DNA of yours in that. Also because that's how I cook.
I think, and this is just a hypothesis, but I really do believe that in some cases, a more organic or farm-to-table food would almost contain more DNA.
You think?
I think so.
It's just like Farmer Bill's DNA?
Cattle through chute, machine kills cattle, machine separates cattle is put down conveyor belt. And you know what I mean? Like, I feel like rather than cattle is raised on farm, farmer is, petting the cow and talking to it every day and kills it and does everything by hand and then takes it to the farmer's market. Like, there might be even more human DNA in that.
These guys need to use their machine and give us a little more data here so we can have a freaking informed conversation about this.
This is not a comparison machine.
Yeah. Come on. I think it's fascinating. And it doesn't really gross me out. I think the intention with the big headline is to gross people out. It doesn't really gross me out. It makes me curious.
Yeah.
And it feels like an incomplete study.
I think it's cool. I think it's cool that they can measure this, but we can measure the DNA of anything now. That's the whole point.
Yeah. Well, that's what's really funny is that we're sort of sitting on this place where we keep getting stories because it's like we just figured out how to measure DNA inexpensively. So let's just measure DNA and all kinds of weird shit.
Yeah, which is great, man. Yeah. I'm all for it, but I don't care. I don't care.
Let's go have hot dogs.
Yeah, let's go. I have a Morningstar Farms veggie dog.
I'll try
that. That is going to taste like chemicals, and you are going to love it. I don't know. How do you guys feel about this? Are you weirded out by the fact that there is 2% human DNA in a hot dog? I'm literally more worried about what the other 98% is. You guys can let us know on Twitter. I'm at acarboni.
I'm at Jeff Canada.
And you can hashtag those
mouth temp.
That's the one. And hey, if you're enjoying the show,
I'm so glad you asked. I really like this show.
No, not you. What? Not you. Of course you're enjoying the show. Well, it's your show.
I know, but I enjoy your part of it too.
Well, thank you, but that's not what I'm asking the audience if they...
Oh, the audience. Yeah, that does seem more pertinent.
Okay, so if you're part of the audience and you are enjoying the show, we would love it if you would go to iTunes or whatever platform you listen to the show on and give us a 5-star rating.
Yeah, that 5 stars really does actually help people find the show because it moves us up in the iTunes ranking, so it does help.
And they're going to ask you just leave 5 stars. They're going to ask you to write a review.
Yeah, you don't need to do that because nobody reads those.
Yeah, nobody cares about those. What you do is give us 5 stars, and then for the review, I just want you to list what you think the other 98% of hot dogs is.